Hi and welcome to my video on my blueprint design for buses to make it look good. This is my bus which I am currently using to send resources. I have a few blueprints which I would like to share. So let's go. So, in this blueprint I am sending my buses in a height. This is because Satisfactory has uneven landscape. So, having the bus at a good height will make it feasible for the future as well. I have used 4 to 5 pillars of height as it was comfortable for me. You can add or reduce depending on your place. All the other blueprints which I will show from now will not have this pillar. As you know, uneven landscape. I have also added catwalks so that it will be aesthetically looking good. I have added power inside, so that it doesn't look bad from outside. Now, to the next blueprint where I have added conveyor systems in the blueprint. Bus middle without support has the conveyor setup but without the pillar. As you can see, I have added catwalk in all the blueprints, and in this I have also added hypertube for fast access. The wall power is added in every blueprint for easier access to power. Now I am adding the blueprint without support and bus, which is just a blank space. You can click on button H to hold it in place and see if the blueprints are aligned properly. Now if you copy the previous blueprint by clicking F to copy and R to copy the whole blueprint, you can see that I have given the right gap for belts. The right gap in the sense, when you attach the belt from one pole to another, it's exactly 28, which is the maximum length. You can also connect the hypertube for faster access. Now, let's just say you want to turn right. I have the blueprint for that as well. The turn blueprints are marked in red for easier access. As you can see, you can use any turn blueprint to turn left or right. All you have to do is turn before placing it. Now it's turned right. Once again I have given access to hypertube to all turn blueprints, and I have power connections as well. I have not added the belts in the blueprint because that will require you to carry belt resources when building this bus. I have made sure to take my time to place the conveyor such that it's a 90-degree turn and looks good. Now for the power in this blueprint, you can do it manually by placing 2 of them in corners, if you don't want the cable to connect across the wall. Now, to turn left, you can copy the current right turn blueprint and simply rotate and it works fine. But I also have a separate left turn blueprint for you to use. You can use it either way and nothing changes between left and right blueprint. When you try to add the next blueprint, you can stand next to the hypertube for easy clicking of blueprints. As you can see, the blueprint turns blue if it's in the other direction of what the blueprint says, and is yellow if it's correct. This is only shown in the case where you add turn blueprints immediately after one another. As for the turn blueprints, you just have to manually add a corner sidewalk and it will be good to go. The other corner will be fine as they are connecting properly. Now for the power. If you are not connecting the power on both sides, and if you don't want the cable to run across, you can just connect it to the floor like this and the cable will be hidden. This just looks good overall. Similar to before, you can connect the turn wall by connecting to the corners first. Since I have my blueprint designer below me, I am moving a little bit forward for our next step. As a reminder, you can stand in the middle of the blueprint for easier connections. I am having trouble here just this once, else it will be easier like I showed you till now. Now, let's just say you want to send this bus below. For this I have designed the blueprint as well. This requires one extra step, but it is worth it or not, it's up to you. If you feel that doing it manually is faster, then you can go ahead, or use it in the same as I am. Now you have to add 2 meter foundation 9 times like I am doing, so that there is a place for the slope blueprint to sit properly. Or you can use a 4 meter foundation and add 5 times. I am using 2 meter as I am used to using it. Now to add the slope, you can just connect it with the existing blueprint like I am doing it now. You can use blueprint named slope with bus, which I have marked in light green. I usually click button H to snap and go near the blueprint to see if everything is okay. Then I click on it. I have also given the power connector for moving the power through the bus. And in the slope blueprint, for the hypertube, you need to use it in Auto 2D or Noodle, or else it will allow not you to connect them. As you can see, I did not add this line of conveyor pole. This is because once you connect the belt, it will also slope and it will not look good. So only at the start of the slope, you need to manually add the conveyor pole and connect the belts. This will ensure the belts look good. Now, you can delete the layer of foundations which we added for slope, so that you get back the resources you need for continuing the bus. You continue doing the same, until you reach the bottom. If any extra is needed, you can do it manually and continue laying down other buses. Now if you want to bring water pipe along with the resources, I also have the blueprint ready. Everything is similar to the belt buses we saw before, except the middle two is replaced with water poles. As you can see, I have the catwalk connected properly and the power is also connected properly. Now, similar to before, you can add the blank space blueprint so that correct and efficient space is given between the poles. After you added them, you can see that the length between the poles is exactly the maximum limit, and this saves a bunch of resources creating poles. We have the power connectors in similar places as well. Now, similar to belts right and left turn, we have the same for pipes and belts as well. As you can see, everything is similar except the middle two lines where they are changed to water poles. As I have said before, you can use one of the turn blueprints to turn both left and right. This will work perfectly fine. And now for the slope, I have redesigned the blueprint to fit the water pipe setup as well. I am not showing that here to connect it, but it is similar to the slope I showed you before, where you need to add 8 to 9 lines of 2-meter foundation and connect it. That line in the distance is my bus, which brings in a lot of resources into my factory. And now I am showing a few blueprints which can be used to bring the resources from miners to the main bus, making it look good. This blueprint is a single-line stack which helps to bring any number of lines of resources you want. You can add more conveyor poles on top of it if you want. Once again, adding this blank blueprint helps in maintaining the adequate distance from the conveyor poles. The distance between these poles is exactly 28 belt in length. Now, to bring the resource belt onto this blueprint, you can do the same as what I am doing. This makes it look good and not messy. I will add the last conveyor pole if I can. I did not have the necessaries to add this before. And for other lines, you can just use stackable pole and send the resources to look good. And now for other small useful conveyor blueprints. This is a 2-stack conveyor poles, in case you want to send them to the buses or to help in your factory. Similarly, a 4-stacked water poles which can be used near water extractor, making it neat. If you don't want 4, you can use this 2-stack of water poles. This is just a 5-stack conveyor pole. Now for the top part of the entire bus, which is the roof, I have designed it with my requirements in my mind. It is easy to set up on top of the walls like I am doing now, and I have given 3 wall height, as I had a large requirement of resources to be sent in this. I have given this height, so that in future, I can add 3 more conveyor poles on each of these blueprints, if needed. Now I have given all these blueprints in the description for you guys. You can use them or you can check them out and design it for yourself. Always use the buses to make your world look good. It is time consuming, but once it is set, you can bring the resources in future without a worry. Like I did. Thanks for watching till the end. If you like my video, please leave a like and subscribe for more future content like this. Take care.